In this video, we will be using the Classic Models database and working on a set of worker problems for the join on clause. Go ahead, start by using the Classic Models database. Once you've used the Classic Models database, pause this video and take around 20-30 minutes to attempt the following 5 SQL queries. Hopefully you've been successfully able to attempt the following queries. So let's go ahead and take a look at their solutions. The first query asks you to write a query to count the number of orders placed by USA-based customers. Now, to solve this query, the first thing we need to do is take a look at the data model and see which tables are involved in this query. Once we open up the data model, we see that for this specific query, we have the customers table involved with the orders table. The question is asking for the number of orders placed by USA-based customers, and so I need to bring these two tables together, customers and the foreign key in orders, which is customer number. The two tables need to be joined on customer number. Select. I want to leave the other parts of the query blank for the moment as I solve first the join aspect of this. From customers, join orders on customers.customer number, the primary key of customers being equal to orders.customer number, the foreign key of customers in the orders table, customer number. Now I've been told I need to count the number of orders. So if I want to count something, I have to have the use of the count function. And in this case, I want to count, let's say, order number. In this case, I could also count star. They're both going to give me the same result, but let's be a little bit more specific and let's count the values of order number. Now, I'm asked to count the number of orders placed by USA-based customers. That means I have a criteria. I want to select certain types of customers. In this case, I need the use of the where clause that comes after the join, where the country of the customer is equal to USA. If I run this, I see that I have an answer of 112. There are 112 orders placed by USA-based customers. Let's take a look at the next query. Write a query to count the number of payments made by customers in non-USA countries. So a very similar logic. In this case, I want to join the customers table to the payments table. Again, I'm going to flesh out the from and the join first before I add any other criteria. Select from customers, join payments on customers.customer number is equal to payments.customer number. And I want to count number of payments. So I can count, for instance, check number, where the country of the customer is not equal to USA. And so I have 180 payments from non-USA customers. Let's take a look at the next query. Write a query to calculate the total amount of payments and the number of payments made by customers whose name contains gift or gift. And so, again, we are experimenting, playing around with the different functions and the different options that we can run in the select and the where clause. So select from customers join payments on customers dot customer number is equal to payments dot customer number, where customer name. Now, whose name contains, so that should be regular expression, gift or gift. And I want the total amounts of payments. I want the sum of amount, and I want account of check number. If I run this query, I see I have the sum of amount is that amount right there, and there are 59 payments that have been made. Let's take a look at the next query. In the next query, you are asked to write a query to list out the name of the customer, the last and first name of the sales representative, and the country in which the sales representative has an office. So this extends the join on clause a little bit, because we have to first list out the name of the customer. The name of the customer for us is present in the customers table. The first and last name of the sales representative is present in this employees table, because an employee is a sales representative to a customer. So the one-to-many relationship this way. And the country in which the sales representative has their office, the country of the office of the sales representative or the employee is in the offices table. In this case, I'm joining three tables together: offices, to employees, to customers, or customers, to employees, to offices. Let's first walk through the primary key, foreign key relationships. Because the one-to-many relationship between offices and employees goes from offices to employees, the primary key of offices, office code, is present in employees as the foreign key, office code. The one-to-many relationship from employees to customers goes in this direction. From employees to customers, the primary key of employees, employee number, is present in the customers table as a foreign key. Now, the question you might have is, which column is the foreign key in the customers table? Now, one easy way to answer that is to actually take a look at the data itself and see which column in the customers table has that correspondence of data. In this case, you're going to find that it is the sales rep employee number column. And so this specific join between the employees and the customers table relies on employee number being joined to sales rep employee number. Now, the point to grasp over here is that the primary key and the foreign key columns don't always have to have the same name. It is the data between the two columns that is being joined. The column names are immaterial. The columns names for the primary key and foreign key can be different. The data in the two columns have to be the same or similar, right? And the data types specifically matter. So let's go ahead and use this knowledge to then answer this query. Whenever I have a query like this, the first thing I like to do is write the from and the joins out. So I shall go select from. Now I can go in any direction, but what I cannot do is join customers. I can't say from customers, join offices, join employees. Right? And so when you're joining more than two tables, what I like to say is walk the relationships, right? Walk the path of the relationships. And so start at one end and walk your way to the other. So either start at offices, then go to employees and then go to customers, or start at customers and then go to employees and then go to offices. Don't just hopscotch all over the place, right? Don't go from customers to offices to employees or offices to customers to employees, right? Don't walk all over the place. Walk the path of the relationships. And so let me start with offices going to employees going to customers. So I shall say from offices join employees on offices dot office code is equal to employees dot office code join customers on employees employee number is equal to customers dot sales rep employee number. Now I want to list out some pieces of information. I want to select the name of the customer, so I want to select customer name, first and last name of the sales representative, so that would be last and first name, or first and last name. So last name, comma, first name, and the country in which the sales representative has an office. So I'm just going to say, as you can see, country. Now, if I write this query and run it, notice that I am going to have an error. And so this might occur sometimes when you are joining certain tables, and we need to understand why this error is coming about. Take a look at the error code, 1052. Ignore the error code. The error code is not providing us that much information. The error, the specific error, is going to give us information. It says country column or column country in the field list is ambiguous. This is our field list that has the column country, and SQL is saying that this is ambiguous. Country is ambiguous. Ambiguous means it's not clear. Why could it potentially be not clear? Well, here's one reason. The offices table has a country column. The customers table also has a country column that is involved in the very same query, right? And this is a problem for SQL because it doesn't know which country we are referring to up here. Are we referring to the customer's country or the office's country? So we need to be specific. We need to be explicit by saying we are referring to offices dot country. We are referring to the country column in the offices table. When we go ahead and run this, we get the following result. Now let us take a look at the last query. Write a query to list out the number of employees in non-USA offices and number of customers that those employees are sales representatives for. And so where we are taking the previous query and we are now running some operations on it. All right, because we want to list out the number of employees in non-USA offices and the number of customers that those employees are sales representatives for, right? And so I'm going to start off by again leaving the select blank from offices join employees Okay, now let's take a look at what the query is asking us to do beyond just joining these three tables. I want to find non-USA offices. So what are non-USA offices? That means the country of the office is not equal to the USA. I can do that. I can say a where clause where offices dot country is exclamation point not equal to USA. Right? Now I want to list out the number of employees in non-USA offices, so I'm going to say select count employee number and the number of customers, count customer number. And so if I go ahead and run this, we see that I have 61 employees, it says over here, and I have 61 customers. Now, this should maybe give you a little bit of pause. Now, why should this give you a little bit of pause? What you should be wondering at this stage is, wait, I have 61 employees and I have 61 customers in non-USA offices. Having two numbers, two counts exactly the same, first of all, that is odd. And the second thing you should be thinking about is, do I really actually have 61 employees? Well, let's actually verify that, right? And so I'm just going to do some, kind of triangulation over here to figure out, wait, do I actually have 61 employees? So if I just do a simple query, select count employee number from employees, we'll see that, wait, we don't actually have 61 employees, we have only 23 employees. And so how is this count of employee number giving me like 61? Well, let's kind of break apart this query. Let's get rid of the counts and see what happens. So I'm going to take this very same query and I'm just going to take a simpler version of it. I'm going to just take it without the counts. I'm going to get rid of the counts. I'm going to leave those in parentheses as they are, right? I'm going to get rid of the counts and let's see what I get over here. If I run this, I see that, wait, I'm getting employee number over here, I'm getting customer number over here. What I want you to notice is that while each customer number is a separate unique value, in fact, if I click on customer number over here, I want to see that each of the customer numbers here is a separate unique value, right? It's a separate unique value. But the same is not true for employee number. Employee number repeats itself. Employee number repeats itself multiple times. 1501 is repeating itself multiple times. And so that gives me a hint of what is happening, right? This count of employee number is just really counting rows, right? This count of customer number is working out fine, right? It's counting rows, but it's actually counting unique values of customer number. But in counting employee number, I'm double and triple counting employee number, right? And so that's why the two counts are the same, right? And so this count of employee number is not correct. And so how do I fix it? Well, is there some clause that I can use that'll give me a better count of employees? Now, first of all, why is this double and triple counting taking place? The answer of that is in the data model, because each employee is a sales representative to multiple customers, and so obviously the employee number is going to repeat itself, because employee number is repeating itself as sales rep employee number in the customers table, right? And so we need to pay attention to some of these kinds of joins when we are joining multiple tables together. And so to get the right answer, what I need to do is not to just count employee number, I need to count distinct values of employee number, right? I need to count distinct values of employee number. And once I do that and run this query, we see that I have 9 employees that are in non-USA countries representing 61 customers in non-USA countries. This answers the question, write a query to list out the number of employees in non-USA offices and the number of customers those employees are sales representatives for. I hope this set of worker problems for the join on clause has been helpful. Please let me know if you have any questions. Thank you very much.